Hey ladies and gentlemen, Ken Tizzard here. Welcome to Back on Board episode somewhere in the mid-teens. I'm not sure where we are, but today we are inside. The recent snow we've had in Ontario has made it difficult to get out to the shed, and it's been a busier February than I thought. My wife had a bit of a back issue with a compression fracture, so she was in pain and needed a lot of help. So I didn't get out as much. We've got Archie here today in the studio hanging out with us. This isn't studio, this is my bedroom. Welcome to Ken Tizzard's bedroom for Back on Board. Most of my freestyle stuff is in the studio. But I wanted to talk to you all, for those of you who were wondering, thinking about get back into skateboard, what am I getting back into? Well, if you've been watching the show, you know that I mostly skate on a freestyle deck, and I love my freestyle decks. One of my main decks is this Witter. Freestyle decks average sort of 7.25 to 7.5 by 27, 28 long, and they can have a few different things. This is what I call, or refer to as, my modern freestyle deck. It's got twin kick and quick kicktail and nose. It's got a really nice concave to it, and it's got a really cool shape. This is like a Swiss Army knife for me. When I get on this, it just does what I want it to do. It's a really cool thing. Now, when I want to skate something a little bit more traditional, like this is a traditional, almost has a little bit of concave, a tail, and a flat nose. So this is a traditional freestyle deck. And then you can get into something like this, which is like a 7.5. It's almost like a popsicle, but it is a freestyle deck, as opposed to something like this, which is more of a popsicle. That gets into the closer to 7.75s, but we're still in what can be the freestyle range with these smaller decks. And these are, like I've talked about, they're used for stationary tricks. The idea is that the skateboard becomes your object that you have to move around and maneuver over and do the trick with, as opposed to a park bench or something like that, in which case you would move to a street deck. Similar to my anti-hero. This gets into like 8.6, so like twice as big, twice as wide as the freestyle, and another sort of 3 or 4 inches long as well. This is a big one for street, actually. This is an 8.5, which I was told I shouldn't be skating street on because it's too big. Somebody suggested I move down to an 8 or even a 7.75 or a 7.5 like this one, which I quite like, even though I kind of like this one for freestyle. So as you can see, in the small to medium range, you're getting, these are both considered street decks, but there's a considerable difference in them. So you've got freestyle, and then you've got street. And with street, you've got sort of a classic popsicle, which is just kind of a popsicle stick shape. And they usually have concave. As you get into more of the transition boards, if you're hoping to use the transitions on the bowls and ramps and stuff like that, you can get into one of these bigger boards. This is a welcome board. This is what I used as my main street board last year, but I did use it in the bowl and it was great. I got the 159s on it. It needs to be replaced this summer, but I'll probably get into sort of a 9.5 for the bowl. So you got to remember, each setup requires different trucks. Freestyle trucks are very narrow as opposed to the street or vert trucks. Again, there's all kinds of crossover. Some of the other cool things you can get into, here's another great classic freestyle board from MLM as well. It's the Ken Tizzard Music for Goats collaboration, which I'm quite proud of. You can get into something like this. Oh my God, this is so heavy. This is a cruiser. I think it's 10 by 35. Don't even know what the trucks are. They'd probably be equivalent to 215s or something big like that. Huge soft wheels on them, beautiful bearings, lovely graphic, massive footprint. This thing is great for bombing around town. You want to kind of cruise up and down some hills, and you can even go off, onto some sort of rough terrain with this thing here. This is from Land Yachts, and I love it. I got to say, this is one Land Yachts that I really like. The other land yachts that, because I know these cruisers and surf skates, as they're called, have become really popular. Now there's companies like Yao and Carver and a few other ones that are doing these amazing surf skates with sort of reverse truck technology and inverted kingpins and all kinds of weird stuff. The idea of a board like this is you stand on it, and by pushing your weight from side to side, the board gets its own inertia and moves. I've tried some of the other ones, the Carvers and stuff. Those boards feel like they were designed exactly for that. You get on them and you just put your weight into it and the board starts to move. This is the Lanyards, one of the Lanyards versions of that. If you have a little momentum going, yeah, you can get that feeling, or if you're going down an incline, you can. Going flat or up an incline is very difficult on it to do just carving, I find. I found it to be a heavy board too, just for general moving around. I do like this spongy, soft grip tape that's on it. There's like a layer of foam under it, so that's a really cushy ride. I just wish I could get it more feeling like I thought it would. And that being said, it has two places for the trucks, the front trucks, to change the wheelbase, and I changed the wheelbase by, easily 2 inches in moving that up. So when I get out in the spring, I'm going to give this a try again. It could have been the wheelbase didn't fit sort of with my comfort zone, so don't take my word on that. Anyways, as you can see, there's a ton of different types of skateboards, freestyle decks, street decks that can be used for vert as well. I don't have a classical, like a Powell Ripper here or something, one of the classical boards that has like the sort of rounded short snub nose, and then it comes down, there's a tail at the bottom. I don't have one of those here to show you, but if you're an older guy like myself looking to get back into skateboarding, that's probably going to be your first inclination, is to go for something like that, because that's what we knew growing up. However, there's a ton of new stuff out there, and I think all this stuff is great. Decomposed stuff I recommend, and Decomposed carries such great, they carry a bit of everything down there if you're looking for freestyle. Loving the welcome decks. The lanyards I talked about, of course. I'm loving Anti-Hero and Revive, just so you know. And of course, MLM. MLM have some awesome boards. The original decks, they've got the original logo deck down here. They've got this one. There's also the one that hangs in the studio for the Whiskey Wednesday show, which is the Canada Goose Vampire Bat. They do great stuff, really good quality stuff. Only freestyle company in Canada as well. So if you're looking for a good freestyle deck, reach out to MLM. Anyways, Ken Tizzard. So as I said, today I didn't get into actually cutting the show, or actually sort of producing a show. I was busy cleaning the new room here, because I'm going to do the next couple episodes in here and just try and hope the snow breaks so I can get back out to the shed with this cold temperature and stuff. Anyways, Ken Tizzard, I hope you're enjoying your winter, and I hope this helped you choose a skateboard. We can talk wheels and trucks. If anybody has any questions about anything, I mean, the wheels on these things are fantastic. It's just like it's like riding around on a sofa. These things are beautiful. Anyways, lots of stuff to talk about if you got any questions. Ken Tizzard back on board my fitness journey at 55 episode. I think we're at 15, but if not, it'll be written somewhere. So have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.